Hey everyone, good morning and welcome back to Daily Cup English. I'm Liam.
And I'm Chloe. We're really happy to have you with us today.
Yeah, thanks for spending a few minutes of your day with us. Whether you're listening at home, on your way to work, or just taking a short break, we're glad you're here.
Before we get started, we just want to remind you to subscribe to our channel and follow Daily Cup English so you don't miss any of our daily podcast episodes.
We post new conversations every day, all in real, natural English to help you improve your listening skills and feel more confident using English in real life.
And if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to share it with a friend who might find it helpful too.
So, Chloe, today's topic is actually something I've been thinking about a lot recently.
Same here. It's one of those topics that sounds positive on the surface, but when you look deeper, it's not always healthy.
Exactly. Today, we're talking about how toxic positivity damages mental health.
This is a topic we see everywhere now, on social media, at work, even in conversations with friends and family.
People often say things like, just stay positive or look on the bright side, and they usually mean well.
But sometimes those comments can actually make someone feel worse, not better.
That's what we're going to explore today. What toxic positivity really is, how it shows up in daily life, and why it can be harmful to our mental health.
So grab your coffee, relax, and let's talk about it together. All right, Liam, let's start with the basics. When you hear the term toxic positivity, what comes to mind?
For me, it's when people push positivity in a way that ignores real feelings. It's like saying you're not allowed to feel bad.
Yeah, I agree. It's not about being hopeful or optimistic. It's more about refusing to accept negative emotions.
Exactly. For example, if someone is feeling stressed or sad and they hear others have it worse, that doesn't really help.
Right. Or when someone says, just be grateful, as if gratitude can magically fix everything.
I've noticed this a lot at work. If someone talks about being overwhelmed, the response is often, stay positive, you've got this.
And on the surface, that sounds supportive, but sometimes what people really need is to be heard.
Yes. Instead of listening, we jump straight to fixing the problem or covering it up with positive words.
I've also seen this in families. When someone shares their struggles, they're told to be strong or stop overthinking.
That can make people feel like their emotions are wrong or embarrassing.
And social media makes it even worse. Everyone is sharing happy moments, success stories, and smiling photos.
It creates this pressure to always look okay even when you're not.
So, toxic positivity shows up when positivity becomes a rule instead of a choice.
Yeah, and when negative emotions are treated like a problem instead of a normal part of life.
Because feeling sad, frustrated, or tired doesn't mean something is wrong with you.
It just means you're human. You know, Chloe, this topic feels very personal to me. I didn't even realize it was toxic positivity at first.
That's usually how it starts. What happened?
A couple of years ago, I was dealing with a lot of stress at work. Long hours, high expectations, and honestly, I was close to burnout.
That sounds exhausting already.
Yeah, it was. I remember trying to open up to a few people, not to complain, just to be honest about how tired and overwhelmed I felt.
And how did they respond?
Most of them said things like, come on, stay positive, or at least you have a job, or you're strong, you'll be fine.
Those are very common responses.
Exactly. And at first, I told myself they were right. I thought, maybe I'm just being weak. Maybe I should stop talking about this.
So you started holding everything in?
Yeah, I stopped sharing how I really felt. I smiled more, joked more, and acted like everything was under control.
But inside, it wasn't.
Not at all. I felt lonely, even though I was surrounded by people. It was like no one really wanted to hear the uncomfortable truth.
That's one of the most painful parts, feeling unseen.
And the worst thing was the guilt. I felt bad for feeling bad. I kept thinking, other people have bigger problems. Why can't I just be grateful?
That kind of thinking can really mess with your mental health.
It did. Instead of helping me heal, all that forced positivity made me doubt my own feelings.
I really relate to that, Liam. For me, toxic positivity showed up more in social situations and online.
How so?
There's this unspoken rule, especially for women, that you should always look happy, calm, and put together.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Even when I was going through anxiety or feeling really low, I still felt pressure to smile, reply, "I'm fine," and keep things light.
Almost like being honest would make people uncomfortable.
Exactly. And social media makes it worse. You scroll through photos of people living their best life, and you start thinking something is wrong with you.
Like you're the only one struggling.
Yes, I remember posting a happy photo once when I was actually having a terrible week. People commented, "You look so happy," and I felt strange reading that.
Because it wasn't true.
Right. And when I did try to talk about stress or sadness, some people said things like, "Just focus on positive energy," or "Don't attract bad vibes."
That sounds supportive, but it really isn't.
No, it made me feel like my emotions were a problem, like I was being negative or difficult.
I think men feel pressure too, but in a different way. We're often told to be strong and not show emotions.
So in the end, toxic positivity affects everyone, just in different forms.
And it teaches us the same message. Don't feel too much, don't talk too much, and don't make others uncomfortable.
Which is the opposite of what we actually need for good mental health.
So, Chloe, after everything we've talked about, I want to ask something honestly. Is positivity itself the problem?
That's a really important question. And no, I don't think positivity is bad at all.
Yeah, I feel the same. Being hopeful or optimistic can be helpful, especially during hard times.
Exactly. The problem isn't positivity. The problem is how and when it's used.
So that's where the line between healthy positivity and toxic positivity is.
Right. Healthy positivity acknowledges pain first. It says, "This is hard and your feelings make sense."
While toxic positivity skips that part completely.
Yes, it jumps straight to fixing or covering up emotions. It says, "Don't feel this way," instead of, "I understand why you feel this way."
I think a lot of people don't realize they're doing it. They want to help, but they don't know how to sit with uncomfortable emotions.
That's true. It's easier to say something positive than to listen to someone's pain.
For example, saying everything happens for a reason might sound comforting, but it can feel dismissive.
Especially if someone is grieving or going through something serious.
In those moments, positivity without empathy feels empty.
Exactly. Real support doesn't rush emotions. It allows space for sadness, anger, or confusion.
So positivity becomes toxic when it's used to silence emotions instead of supporting them.
That's the key difference.
Let's talk more about the damage, because I don't think people realize how serious it can be.
Yeah, toxic positivity doesn't just hurt feelings. It can actually harm mental health over time.
One big issue is emotional suppression. When people are told to stay positive, they stop expressing how they really feel.
And those feelings don't disappear, they stay inside.
Exactly. They build up as stress, anxiety, or even depression.
Another problem is emotional invalidation. When someone's feelings are constantly dismissed, they start questioning themselves.
They think, maybe I'm overreacting, or maybe my feelings don't matter.
And that can lead to low self-esteem and self-doubt.
I've noticed that people who experience toxic positivity often stop asking for help.
Because they're afraid of being judged or told to just think positive,
So instead of reaching out, they isolate themselves.
which makes mental health struggles even worse.
There's also this pressure to perform happiness.
Yes, like happiness becomes a responsibility.
If you're not happy, you feel like you're failing at life.
And that's exhausting. No one can be happy all the time.
Mental health is complex. It includes good days and bad days.
But toxic positivity teaches us that bad days should be hidden or fixed immediately.
Instead of being understood,
And when people don't feel understood, they feel alone.
which is the last thing someone struggling mentally needs.
Exactly. Sometimes the most healing thing is simply hearing, "It's okay to feel this way."
So, after talking about all this, I think an important question is, if toxic positivity is harmful, what should we do instead?
Yeah, because people still want to help, they just don't always know how.
Exactly. And the good news is, you don't need special skills or perfect words. Sometimes the best response is actually very simple.
Like listening.
Yes, just listening without interrupting or trying to fix the situation.
When someone shares something difficult, instead of saying, stay positive, we can say, that sounds really hard.
Or, I'm sorry you're going through this.
Those words don't take away the pain, but they show understanding.
Another helpful question is, do you want advice or do you just want to talk?
That's such a good one. It gives the other person control.
Because sometimes people don't want solutions, they just want to feel seen.
And it's okay to admit that you don't have answers.
Yeah, saying, I don't know what to say, but I'm here can be very powerful.
It takes pressure off both people.
I've learned that supporting someone doesn't mean making them feel better right away.
It means staying with them, even when the emotions are uncomfortable.
That kind of support feels real.
And it builds trust.
You know, Chloe, this conversation really reminds me how important emotional honesty is.
Me too. We spend so much time trying to look okay instead of being okay.
And the truth is, feeling sad, tired, or overwhelmed doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human.
I wish more people understood that mental health isn't about being positive all the time.
It's about accepting the full range of emotions.
The good ones and the hard ones.
When we allow ourselves to feel honestly, healing becomes possible.
And when we allow others to feel honestly, our relationships become deeper.
Toxic positivity teaches us to hide.
But real connection comes from being real.
So if you're listening right now and you're not feeling great, that's okay.
You don't need to force a smile or pretend everything is fine.
Your feelings matter.
And you deserve understanding, not pressure.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today on Daily Cup English.
We really appreciate you being part of our listening community.
If today's conversation connected with you, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
Feel free to leave a comment or share your own experiences.
And don't forget to subscribe to Daily Cup English and follow us so you can listen to our podcast episodes every day.
We share real conversations in natural English to help you improve your listening skills and feel more confident in daily communication.
In our next episodes, we'll continue talking about emotions, mental health, and real-life topics that matter.
So make yourself a cup of coffee, come back tomorrow, and keep learning English with us.
Take care of yourself, and remember, it's okay not to be okay.
See you next time on Daily Cup English.